Hi, everybody. My name is Sage, and today I wanted to share with you my workflow when I'm creating AI bots. And I guess this is interesting because it has changed quite significantly over time. And today is June 19th, Juneteenth, 2024. And this is how I'm making bots today. So, this is the process I typically go through. I use Apify for spidering a website, and then I put it in a JSON file. We're going to go through all these. Then I use OpenAI Assistant. I was using, Pinecone, but now the vector storage at OpenAI is amazing, and these assistants are amazing. I'm using Flowise to manage my assistants. A lot of times people use a replit code, but I use Flowise is probably my favorite tool to date. It's so great. And then finally, I use Voiceflow to put my Flowise API in because I just like the way Voiceflow works and that sort of thing. And I'll show you that. So let's just go through this. So Apify, I use this crawler, the Apify website content crawler, and it's super handy, super easy to use. I use it all the time. So let me move myself over here. So what you typically do is you go to an actor, you go to this crawler. If you want to organize your projects, you can use to create a task. But what I do is I get a list of URLs. You can also just you can start with a source URL, but I like to, when I'm spidering a site, I really like to curate what pages I'm spidering for my bot. So like I get out like thank you pages and just stuff I don't really want the bot to look at. And if it's a WordPress website, it's super easy because you just go to the domain name .com or whatever /sitemap.xml, and it gives you all of the posts, all of the pages, and that sort of thing. So that's typically how I get my URLs. But I'm fine with spidering the site as a whole. But really, when I'm curating this, I really like to just focus on a specific set of URLs. Then I will say that the max crawling depth is important, especially if I'm using my own list. Here, you kind of want to look at this. So, if I'm crawling a specific list of URLs, I put the depth at 0. Because that's telling it to not look at any other URLs. But if you're crawling just based on a start URL, you don't have to set this at anything. I can go more into any of this stuff if anybody has any interest, but I just this is I just love this tool. I use website content crawler all the time. And it's super cool. So then let's say I have I've crawled something here, and I'll go into the run. Okay, and this one had 48 results. And then what I do here is I export the results, and I export into JSON. Now, JSON, I believe, I don't know if anybody else has had this same experience, but I believe that JSON files, when put into a vector database, give me the best results. That's what I think. I don't know if it's true or whatnot. I also know that the vector store, the file upload at OpenAI doesn't accept CSV files. So when I'm exporting my scraping from Appify, I do JSON, and then personally I take the text and I take the URL. And I don't know if it'll show it to me. Yeah, okay, so you can see what it looks like here. It's just a JSON file, and it just does a nice job of pulling out the clean content. It's so good. I don't have to mess with it. It just 9 times out of 10, the content that thing pulls out of my website is so clean. And then the URL is right here. And what I find is when I upload this and I tell my bot to, if it knows the URL of where it found something, to include the URL in the response. And so I find that is really really great. So I've got my JSON file. So I've just downloaded it here. Well, I think we can use that. Okay, so that's Appify. Then let's go over to OpenAI Assistants. But before I do, I want you to see this. This is what's new in the Assistants 2024, and this is the mind-blowing thing of it all, which can ingest up to 10,000 files per assistant. That's crazy. And then alongside file search, we're introducing vector store. So I don't know, but this seems like just a direct competition to other vector databases like Pinecone. Now, obviously, I can't use Anthropic or Claude or anything else. I have to use OpenAI like ChatGPT 4.0, but I am loving 4.0 so much right now. I'm a huge Anthropic fan. I love just chatting with Claude. Claude is thoughtful and interesting. Like if I need a friend to talk to, I go over and I talk to Claude. I don't enjoy talking to ChatGPT. It's just kind of buttoned up and all business. But Claude is so fun and interesting and thoughtful. It gives you opinions on stuff. Love it. Love it. But I'm telling you, ChatGPT 4.0 is the bomb. It's amazing. And now with these vector stores, they make it really tempting to just be like, I'm just using OpenAI. So here is my OpenAI assistant area. And I tend to organize things by projects. So in this case, I'm going to create a new project, and I'm just going to call it test. All right. And I'm just going, okay, I will add one bonus thing here. I like to sometimes go over to Anthropic. So I just do a search for Anthropic API. And I don't know if you need to pay for this or not, but I love generating a prompt here. This prompt maker over at Anthropic is so good. So make me a prompt for a general AI chatbot that answers questions. So this thing, watch what it does here. This is just amazing. The prompts. I was one of these guys that, was like prompt engineer, whatever. I'm here to tell you, man, these prompts change everything. I think a well-organized, crafted vector database and a well crafted prompt, change your life. Change your life. That's what I think. So, like, now this is meant for Anthropic, so they have some things that they include and that sort of thing. So, what I probably will do here is I'll take this, I'll put it in Notepad, and I'm gonna get rid. I'm just gonna, for now, like, just because this is live, I'm gonna just take this together, you know. And I'm also, like they say in the Scratchpad section, write out a step-by-step reasoning. I don't know if I'm putting it in. Whatever. I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna see what happens. Who cares? Who cares? So I'll do my assistant back here at OpenAI, test AI bot, and then I'm just gonna put this in here. Just, I don't know what kind of good results it's going to get, but I'm going to use ChatGPT 4.0. I'm going to use file search, and here you can set the maximum results. Okay, let me move myself up here, and then I'm going to add files, and I'm going to select a vector store. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go and I'm going to create a vector store. And it's untitled here. I'm just going to call it test. Okay, and then I'm going to add files, and I'm going to upload that data set, that JSON file. So and then advanced options. I don't know. I've been doing chunk size 2000, chunk overlap 200 forever. I don't know if it's good or not. I can't comment on that. I don't know. What do you think? But that's what I've been putting in. So here is the vector store. Now what it's going to want to know is the ID. And if you click here, you click copy ID, and then you go here, and then it'll show you the vector store. You select it, and now this assistant, this test assistant, is tied to that vector store. And that's it. That's all there is to it. And you can see it down here. The reason I like to do these projects is because it keeps my assistants and vector stores nice and tidy. And I don't know if I should be showing you any of this stuff online. I don't know if any of this is compromising security, but what I will tell you is I'm just deleting all of this. Okay, so for example, right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new API key, and I just name my API keys Flowise, and it's going to go in project test. So it wants me to do these puzzles. I kind of like these puzzles. So this, I got to point to the right. I got to point. See, look at me. Look at me. I'm so human. You don't think AI could do that? I don't know. Anyways, those are fun. So here's my API, okay? So now, how have I done? Okay, so I've made my assistant, and I've made my store, okay? So now let's go over to Flowise. Now Flowise, I'm running on render right now. Just love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add some credentials. Okay, and so I'm going to do OpenAI. Okay, and I call this, I like to name them OpenAI API test. Okay, and then there it is. I'm going to copy my key, and I'm going to paste it in here. Okay. So now you can see, like, I've added my OpenAI API test. It's right here. Okay. So now I go to assistants. Okay. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to load an assistant, and check this out. Because I've put in those credentials, OpenAI API test, I do this, and bam, there it is. there's my assistant that I just made over at OpenAI. Isn't that awesome? That is so awesome. And then watch. Here it goes. Like, you're going to take a second. It puts in instructions. I don't know if I have to add a description or not. Let's see. Nope, don't even have to. Okay, there it is. Now, check this out. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to chat flows. I'm going to make a new chat flow. I'm just going to save the name. I'm going to call it test assistant. I'll call it, test OpenAI Assistant. Okay. Now watch how easy this is. I come over here. I think I can just do assistant. Yeah. I go here, OpenAI Assistant. I drag it in here. And then I search for my assistant. Now, it would be nice if these were organized by API, but maybe someday. But you can see here, test AI bot. Bam. There it is. So now, and I don't need a tool. I don't need anything. Okay? Now watch this. Tell me about the school. Tell me. Oh, wait. We'll just go. Wait. We'll just go over here so you can see this. Tell me about the school. Let's see what happens. I might need to redo my, I don't know how good my prompt was. I made a general prompt, but it seems like it's figuring it out, right? So here, okay. All right, so check it out. It says, first identify the school in question as Spring Garden Waldorf School, which is what we were just looking at. Next, I reviewed details provided in the search results. It offers various thingies, blah, blah, blah. These points provide a comprehensive view, blah, blah, blah. And there it is. And so, love it, okay? So now I have created a AI assistant in Flowise, okay? And depending on what I want to do, sometimes that's all I just stop at that. Like if I'm making a particular internal bot that I'm not going to be putting on a website or something like that, that's where I stop. But if I'm going to be putting it on a on a web page or embedding it, then I go over to Voiceflow, okay? I go to, where is it? Voiceflow, okay? And I'm not going to build out a workflow right now because I can do that, but there's a million people that have done that, okay? But basically, what I've done here is I've created a workflow, and if I go to my on-render, and I just take one of these here, like Python, it doesn't matter, the API URL. I take this URL, okay? I go over here to my Flowise API, which was, what was that? I think that was it's just this dev thing, right? I think it's just this. It's a post, okay? So I do post, and I just put it in there. That's it. That is it. And then that's what that's what's in here. That's what's in this one right here. And then I just tie it into my answers. And I am in love with this process. And then I've embedded it over here at Spring Garden. So I've got it in two places. So I've got this AI bot at Spring Garden Waldorf School that is running from my, say, what does it cost? Okay. So this question right here is what got me really into JSON files. So it's very possible I'm not doing it right, but I'm telling you, I could not get good results when I uploaded my database to Voiceflow. Because, you can upload PDFs, text files, real basic stuff. And but when I started testing my bots where I was uploading JSON files, and first of all, I was doing it at Pinecone, which was really great. But now I'm doing it over at OpenAI Assistant, and I have a JSON file that I converted. All I did was I asked OpenAI to convert a CSV file of the tuition stuff into JSON, and I uploaded it, and I just get this awesome result. And then I also have I have a full page chatbot that I use for Voiceflow, and so that is wonderful. I love that. Now I will say that Flowise has the pop-up HTML, has full page. It gives you JavaScript. You can even share it. You can make the URL public, and it's right here. You could just share the URL directly from Flowise. I mean, Flowise is just blows my mind. I use it so much because it gives me so much customization. I mean, like if I want to use Qdrant, I don't know, is that how you say that? I'm sorry, I meant to look it up, I forgot. Pinecone, OpenAI Assistants. I can search the web. I can have a web browser. I got all kinds of tools. And now, this is not, but this agent flow stuff. So this is autonomous AI agents. These are super interesting. It's just so freaking awesome. It's so awesome. So I think that covers what I wanted to show you with my workflow as of today. This is the workflow I came up with in the last day or two. I feel like things are changing so radically that we all need to stay fluid, and right now this seems to be a really great way of creating bots for me. If I'd love to know your experiences, what you're doing these days, because I think we all have to stay up on this stuff because it's just such a vibrant, interesting, changing industry. But there you go. That's my workflow as of June 19th, 2024. Have a great day. Like and subscribe, darn it.